the stage and the floor to make an argument that the Democrats suck and people are losing confidence in them, once we're done talking about the descriptive fact that there's people across this country that are losing trust in the military because of the deployment of the National Guard across this country. Like you were trying to completely change the topic of dialogue and shift us into a new conversation because you know that you're losing on this one.
So no, I just want you to argue with my logic about if what you're saying is true.
Listen. Let me try to find another way to frame this.
It's okay. You
Let me try to find another way to frame this. The only person who's losing here is you. Please stop projecting your losses on me. Let me try another way to frame this. Absolutely, my I expect you to be able to see that because once again, you're the worst of the MAGA cult there is. Let me try to find another way to frame this. Can you agree that the left was really pissed when Donald Trump deployed the National Guard in states across the country?
Well, I would expect nothing less. They hate their country. Of course they hated it.
Yeah, so that's an example of Americans losing trust in the military.
You guys support criminals and people that take advantage of young people.
I'm so sorry. We're not the people that put a rapist in the Oval Office that had his name redacted over 950,000 times from the Epstein files illegally by his own DOJ. Jamie Raskin in a civil court in 2023. Thank you so much. Now, please, instead of pivoting and projecting once again that the lefts are the P3DO supporters and protectors, I want you to respond to what I said because I found a way to reduce your argument down into one very simple question. You're arguing that Americans are not losing trust in the military. I brought up, Hoodlum, can you agree that when Trump deployed the National Guard in states across this country that it pissed the left off? You said, yes, Dean, I can't agree that that pissed the left off. That's an example of Americans losing faith in our military, regardless if you think it's a reasonable thing for them to be losing faith or a non-reasonable thing for them to be losing faith.
Sure. So when you look at the military, we're 2-0 with Pete Hegseth at the helm. We have the booming of Iran, which was a successful mission, and then we have the extraction of Maduro. That is two military operations that went off without a hitch. I would argue, like very, very successful, high level,
almost as many times as these leaked signal chats, right?
And by the way, your I'm 23 and me perspective of the world shows you that you don't understand the historical perspective of when and how the National Guard has been used with domestic upheaval and protest and riots in this country. And you should
historical really you're still pivoting. It's like you have an ability to legitimately engage in the position. Instead of recognizing that it's descriptively true that many Americans are losing trust in the military, you're just sitting here whining and talking about the 90s. Listen, bro, I don't know if there's like truly any other way that I could give you an argument for the fact that there are people across this country who are losing faith in the military.
Let's finish listening
I don't know.
Let's finish listening to the audio.
Yeah, sure. As soon as you could concede that there's people across this country that are losing faith in the military, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, yeah, I'm sure there is, but it's not as you would believe as
more. Okay, so then you agree that what they said was what they said was accurate.
I would argue that it's not as many as you think.
Okay, but thinking that there isn't as many Americans losing faith in the military as maybe you think that these congressmen and women are implying, that does not amount to treason.
Let's finish it up.
Okay, as soon as you could agree that doesn't amount to treason.
Well, I'm sure but some people feel that way, some people don't.
1 second. What is the legal definition of treason?
I would believe that it would be acting in a way that puts the national security interests of the United States of America at risk, whether it be with information and or physical acts.
Okay. Well, when we define treason, there's only one definition that we could give. Do you know why?
Well, just say it. I don't
because
like
because it's the only crime defined by the Constitution in Article 3, Section 3. Okay, it's limited strictly to levying war against the United States or adhering to enemies by giving them aid and comfort. It requires two witnesses.
Estonia.
To an overt act.
Estonia said, well.
So once again, now that you've conceded that point, let's continue to listen to this clip.
Yeah.
You tell me when they commit treason.
This administration is pitting our uniformed military
and intelligence community professionals
against American citizens like us. You all swore an oath.
There it is.
How so?
There it is. How is that statement true?
How is it true that he's pitting members of the military or other federal agents / officers against American citizens? I mean, we've literally watched federal agents and officers murder American citizens, so that's a pretty
Estonia.
Federal officers is not the military.
Okay.
That's not the military.
Okay, so if they said federal officers, it wouldn't be treason, but because they said the military, it is treason?
No, we're talking.
Okay.
Well, this conversation.
Okay.
No,
well, I mean, is that the position?
Off of the script here, buddy.
Wait, no, I'm just want to clarify. Is your position
military.
that if they said
Sonia, how was your
federal
day?
officers, it wouldn't be treason, but because they're saying military, it is treason?
Well, what are we talking about? Are we talking about federal agents?
No, answer the question. Answer the question.
There is a difference.
I want you to answer the question. I just want you to clarify. Can you answer the question? If they said federal officers, it wouldn't be treason. But because they said military, they are treason. They are treasonous.
Well, I think that both take an oath, but the military has a different role to play, and we're
You're
talking
not answering my
specifically
question.
about the. We're talking about the seditious six here, are we not?
You're not answering my question.
It was. What do you mean I'm not answering your question?
Because you're not answering. No, my question is, so if they said federal officers in the video, then they wouldn't be committing treason. But because they said military in the video, they are committing treason, right?
Well, there's a statute that supports the Constitution in reference to the morale of the military, and for them not to follow orders and to affect that morale.
Dude, oh my goodness. When are you going to answer the question?
Repeat the question.
For the fourth time?
Sure.
Okay, so I want to clarify that if they said federal officers in that video, they wouldn't be committing treason.
No, because it has nothing to do with the commander-in-chief and the military.
Right, obviously, of course. Okay. So next statement here. We've already went over how it is true that the administration is pitting the military against the American people, regardless if it's directly through the deployment of National Guard in states across this country, or indirectly by requesting the military to draft plans for an invasion of another country, which in said invasion is not something that the American people support.
I think that mere drafting plans for a strategic military operation does not rise to the level of concern that these things are going to actually happen. I think that war games are played out with the same plans all the time. Doesn't mean that we're going to do it. It's
still pitting the interests of the military against the interests of the American people.
How so?
Because the American people don't want to invade one of our allies, and the military is open to invading one of our allies. Is drafting plans for an invasion of one of our allies.
Well, I mean, it's the last colony of a failed empire from 400 years ago. I mean, if you support colonialism, then I guess maybe you'd have a point. Is that what you're saying? You support colonialism?
No, I'm saying that the American people don't support an invasion of Greenland. Why are you misrepresenting my point? My point is so fucking clear. My point is the American people don't want to invade Greenland, and the military is entertaining an invasion of Greenland. Why you do everything in your power to misinterpret every word that leaves my mouth. It's embarrassing.
For you, I agree.
What?
Yeah. What's your assertion? What's the point? We made
the point. Once again, the assertion is that this is an example.
Take over Greenland. What's your point?
This is an example of a contradiction and a pit between the interests of the military and the interests of the American people. Also, by the way, the reason why you can't make an argument that they're guilty of treason, and you look so terrible right now, is the same reason why when the DOJ tried to indict Mark Kelly, they couldn't and they failed. Because they didn't commit treason. It's a baseless claim.
So I believe it's Title 18 USC 2387.
Can you respond to that?
Primary federal law prohibiting activities such as encouraging...
Buddy, can you respond to that, please? I just pointed out probably the biggest point yet. The DOJ tried to indict Mark Kelly, one of the dudes in the video, and they failed. There was not enough evidence to support an indictment for treason.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. They tried to indict him, and they failed.
No, it has to do with the fact that they said that they
You're not
could
Berber?
not
What are you doing?
remove his retirement pay or modify it.
Oh, so they didn't even indict him for treason?
No. Bring up the.
Wait, so I just want to clarify. So you're teaching me something. So they didn't even try to indict him for treason. They tried to indict him for something else.
Tech Nash, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you.
They tried to, but the UC.
Thank you. I appreciate you for the follow, my man.
In on that yet, which has authority.
Thank you.
So let me.
Okay, so they haven't even tried. So they haven't even tried to indict him for treason.
So again, Title 18. on. Dean, Title 18, USC 23.
No, man, I'll move on to the next guest. Only opposite that you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. That dude is always making the biggest fool out of himself ever. I always see him on like somebody's live, just looking like shit. He's always making the craziest points. He defends every single action of the Trump administration. And now he's trying to say that if you suggest that people in this country aren't a fan of the military, you are guilty of treason and you deserve to die. Isn't that also kind of crazy, folks? Isn't that also kind of telling of the kind of country that MAGA wants? The kind of control on one's speech, one's thought, and one's belief that they want to exist? They don't want to hear any dissent to the Trump administration. They don't want to hear any critique of his policy or actions. They don't want to see anybody in the streets protesting ICE. They don't want to hear anybody protesting the National Guard. And quite frankly, this isn't just the first time we've heard this. It is now the second or the third, because we also saw this with Renee Good and Alex Preddy, where it's either you comply or you die. You know, according to them, Alex Preddy shouldn't have left his house, and because he did leave his house, he lost his right to life. Mark Kelly and these other congressmen and women shouldn't have said that some of the American people are really frustrated with the military, and now because they did say that, they deserve to die, right? It's, you know, it's very dystopian, it's very authoritarian, and this is exactly the reason why no one should support the Trump administration. Let's go ahead and get that next guest loaded up into the box right now. Only op inside of that queue if you are an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president, please and thank you. And we do have a couple people to thank over on Venmo and PayPal. But do give me one moment to get the next guest loaded up, and I'm just going to say a handful of thank yous.
Yo, Dean, what's that pancake recipe? I'm still trying to find it.
Okay, that guy's not here for debate, guys. Only op inside of the queue if you are a Trump supporter, please and thank you. Oh, yo, KP's in the queue. We had KP up like a day before yesterday, but she had to leave. Hi, welcome in.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Is there anywhere that you could go with less music in the background? You at church?
Yeah. No, I'm not at church.
You're not at church? It kind of sounds like some worship music.
Yeah, it is worship music.
Would you say that's kind of like your playlist when you just want to listen to some tunes? You turn on some worship music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Give me one moment. Give me one moment here just to thank a handful of people. Then I'll pass you that mic. All right.
Okay.
First and foremost, Camp. Thank you so much for the very first donation of the day with the $50 over on YouTube. Thank you so much for that love, Camp. Camp with the 50 says, remember that Adam Sandler movie, Big Daddy, where the kid always said, I win because I win. That's what every conservative debater does, except what's endearing with a 5-year-old is pathetic on the 25-plus crowd. No, I couldn't agree more, Camp. Oh, my God. The Trump administration is so pathetic. I mean, I think that we're seeing this again more recently with him whining about the SCOTUS ruling that made him lose. He didn't win because SCOTUS said, no, what you did is unconstitutional. And in response, he says they're funded by other countries and then unleashes his wrath on the American people with 15% global tariffs. It's really childlike. It's very mature. It's very annoying. And it's very harmful to the American people. Thank you for the $50, Camp. That's seriously an incredibly kind donation. Same thing to you, Mr. J. Thank you so much for the $20. He says 30 days ago, a man debated you to give his word that he would revoke his support to Trump if the ICE agents that shot Alex Preddy were not held responsible by today. Do you expect a response from him today? Oh, my God, you're right. Is it finally been a month? Yo! Oh, my God, we have to find that man. Someone should go back to my VOD from a month ago, find the username of the man that said he'd revoke his support from Trump today if they didn't arrest the murderer of Alex Preddy. Thank you so much for bringing that to my attention, Jay. Thank you for the $20. Show some love to Jay down below. I'd also like to thank R. Thank you so much for joining the team over on YouTube Super Chat. And then X, thank you so much for the $10. I appreciate you so much for that love. Over on PayPal, Philip, thank you so much for the $10 as well. I appreciate you so much, Philip. Katie, thank you for the $5. And Harold, thank you so much for the $20. Quote unquote for slaying on Stephen A's great interview. Make sure others know about it. Oh, thank you so much for the kind words, Harold. That was a pretty good interview. Thank you so much. Let's get 2 minute Harold W's. And then Amelia, thank you for the $10 as well. And I'm going to keep that message to myself, but thank you for letting me know. She's insane. Kaylin, thank you for the $5 on Venmo. Ari, thank you for the $2. Xavier, thank you for the 3. Brittany with the 2. Then Ashley, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much for that love, Ashley. And then Cheyenne, thank you for the $10 as well. Who says, it's my day off, and my show is on. Everybody be quiet. Love you, Dean. I love you too, Cheyenne. Thank you so much for the support. And then one more donation over here on Venmo from Aiden. Thank you so much for the $10. I appreciate y'all so much. KP, where do you want to pick up from the conversation that we had the other day? For those that don't know,
Let me get some
kinda came up here,
chips.
said that Trump was a
Let me
great
get some
Christian,
chips. Hold on, y'all.
Jesus. Therefore, I love Trump, and then she had to leave to go play pickleball. So where are we at? KP?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
Where are we at with that?
So, first I wanted to say, I apologize if like I insulted you in any manner. I definitely didn't want to come up here and do that, and so like I felt like that was necessary to say that to you.
You're good.
And okay, cool. I mean, not that I thought like you lost sleep or anything over it, but I just thought that was definitely something I should do.
I could take it.
Okay, and then next I was curious, I had a question. So, after we got off the live, I had like a lot of
Like I said, they're all at the bottom. All the comments down
obviously
here.
support you and follow you and are here for you.
Daddy
all
is
the
back.
time. And they send me a lot of hateful things. I mean, one of them even told me that God told them to tell me to kill myself. So I was just curious, like, is that something?
Jesus.
Yeah, it is. So I was just curious if that was something you supported or not. I thought.
No, I'm not Trump. I do not applaud supporters of mine who make threats or try to kill people.
Okay, well that's good to know. Okay, good.
Right.
So I hope.
Do we remember when like Trump had his supporters raid the Capitol, smear their shit on the walls inside? Then 174 of them literally tried to kill cops in the process. Like DJ Rodriguez, who drove a taser into the neck of Officer Fanon, gave him a heart attack. He almost died. He had to be rushed off to the hospital. Then Trump turned around, gave him a full and complete presidential pardon, let him out of jail, then labeled him as a patriot. Like, how pissed would you be if instead of telling you that I don't support the person that told you God is telling me to tell you to unalive yourself, and instead I said, oh my God, they're fucking patriot, I love them, let's give them a Medal of Honor, because that's essentially what Donald Trump did. Not to the people who told others to unalive themselves, but actually tried to kill cops on the steps of our Capitol. It sounds like selective outrage.
Oh, well, yeah, I didn't do enough research on that. Like, so he specifically, that one person that you mentioned, he pardoned them? Or...
Oh, not just one. There was 173 other people that pretty much did the same thing as DJ Rodriguez. I went to jail for violent assault on cops, and he pardoned all of them too. Every single one of them.
It's good.
Oh, wow.
There's a P3 deal in there that he pardoned. That then used the fact he got that pardon from Trump to coerce a 12-year-old girl into not telling authorities that he had been sexting her. I said, I got a pardon from Trump for what I did at the Capitol. If you tell anybody, I'll just get another pardon from Trump. That's a true story.
What?
Oh, wow.
That's actually wild.
Yeah, I
ain't heard no shit like that either. That's insane.
I mean, I haven't heard of that.
So how can you support Trump in consideration of these facts?
Well, I mean, if I go and find out those things to be true, I don't think I could support him. But if he did ask for forgiveness, I could forgive him of it.
Yeah. Forget that about you. You just don't really care about what anyone ever does. You know, they're all forgiven, absolved of their sins.
No,
so
I care.
I think that our country's a little bit more important than that. Okay, so if this were true, if Donald Trump pardoned DJ Rodriguez, okay, who tried to kill a cop on the steps of the Capitol on January 6th, would you still support him as president?
If he pardoned him?
Yes.
And he tried to kill a police officer?
Yes.
I mean, I definitely wouldn't agree with him.
Okay, but would you still support him as president? Hello? Where'd she go?
Oh, one second. Sorry, no, I'm still here. I'm just looking it up real quick. DJ Rodriguez, you said?
Yes. Would you still support him as president?
Sorry.
I wouldn't agree with him
I'll let
whatsoever.
you do. I'll let you do these two things at the same time. You said that you had to look that up to ensure that it was factual. Here's a screenshot of a New York Times article going over it. Let's look at it together. After Daniel Rodriguez pled guilty to assaulting a police officer during the attack on the Capitol by a pro-Trump mob on J6, 2021, he was sentenced to more than 12 years in jail by a federal judge who called him a one-man army of hate. And then, of course, let's take a look over here. Give me one moment. Now I'm just trying to find a source that he was pardoned by Trump. Oh, yeah. The title of that article is literally J6 Riders pardoned by Trump, so that would be the source.
Okay.
And he's not the only one, once again. I mean, he happens to be the example that we're discussing, but he's not the only one. By the way, I can't hear you when you leave the app. Is there any way that you could just come back to the app and we could do our research together? Like, I'll just screen share Google. Because, like, I don't really like, like just having to sit here. Okay, I guess while she's doing her research, let's see. There's one person I'd like to thank real quick. Thank you so much, Juliana, for the $10. Who says the quote-unquote Christian followers of Trump want Barabbas, a literal murderer and insurrectionist according to the Bible, instead of Jesus, right? Like, that's what we would expect. Like, they're just supporting the canonically bad people in 2026, so why wouldn't they do it in 32 AD? I'd also like to thank Jacob. Thank you for the $5. Appreciate you so much for that love, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then Philip, thank you so much for the $10 donation on PayPal. He says, if I hear one more guest state it's quote-unquote their opinion as a fact, I'm going to pop. Keep fighting the good fight team. Well, I appreciate you so much for that love, Philip. If you want to support me once again, you can find my Venmo, my PayPal, and the link tree in my bio on TikTok, pin message on YouTube, and the handle's also at the top of the phone screen. Now, KP is just gone. I don't know what the hell she's doing. I think I broke her brain. Oh, she's back.
Hey, sorry. Well, so I read that he said that he felt as if they already served time and were... Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can't leave the app. If you can't see me, then I cannot hear you.
I was reading something where they did do time and were treated harshly and there wasn't evidence. Is that right? Or am I...
DJ Rodriguez pled guilty. How can there be no evidence if he admitted he did it? And by the way, he was caught in on body camera footage. And then to that next point, he did time. Bro, he did 2 years. Like, I was going to say 4 years, but no, his prosecution probably took a year. So I bet he did 3 years. Okay? The domestic terrorists that try to kill cops in an attempt to raid our Capitol, to kill our congressmen and women, shouldn't be going to jail for 3 years. I do not think that that is sufficient time. Hello? Be reasonable. Not to mention that the pardon does more than just letting them out of jail. It absolves them of the crime completely. Their criminal record, poof, just magically goes away completely, okay? As well as it prevents them from paying any civil recompense that they may owe, like if they need to repay any debt to the federal government for the property damage that they caused. And this is somebody that you're defending? This is somebody that you're saying you went roaming free on the streets? Are you going to turn around and say that the guy who was pardoned then groomed a 12-year-old girl into sexting him, leveraging the fact that he was pardoned by Trump to pressure and coerce her into doing so, should have been let out?
And who's that? What's his name?
Yeah, we'll talk about him as soon as we're done talking about DJ. So I apologize for getting ahead of myself there. Please respond to the points that I made about DJ.
It's okay. Oh, yeah. So DJ, I mean, like I said, I don't completely agree with everything he does and decides on, but I still think he's a better choice than Kamala Harris.
So the crazy lunatic rapist that's letting domestic terrorists out of jail to groom 12-year-olds is better than Kamala Harris. How so?
Yeah, but who is the person you're talking about that was grooming 12-year-olds?
Let's see. His name is
You're so
Andrew
passionate.
Tate.
It's awesome. Andrew Tate. Okay.
Oh wait, that's actually somebody else. So that's another name. So Andrew Tate, he's facing a charge of child sex abuse against a 15-year-old, and then there's somebody else here that I'm thinking of. No, you got Matthew Huddle, who Trump pardoned, who was a domestic terrorist that had beat his son. You got Emily Hernandez that Trump pardoned. That killed a woman when drunk driving. Yeah, and then of course everybody else. Oh, you have let's see here. Theodore M. that he pardoned, who was charged with the violent sexual assault of a child. He's a registered sex offender. And Trump gave him a pardon.
Wait, so why though?
Now you're seeing my point.
Pardon them?
Because he agreed with what they did on J6.
Okay, so they went and did that, and then they previously did what you're talking about, or I'm confused.
Some of them before, some of them after.
And then just because they did that on January 6th, they were pardoned from everything?
No, from their crimes on J6.
Right, but all the crimes you just said that they did, were they pardoned from those as well, or just what they did on January 6th?
Just from J6. Okay. The thing that put them in jail.
Okay. Right, okay.
Yeah.
So he just pardoned them for that date.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I don't agree with everything he does.
Okay, so then answer the question. Okay, why do you think the deranged lunatic rapist that pardoned child rapists for their domestic terrorism would make a better president?
I need water, mouth hot.
Isn't it crazy that statement is accurate? Isn't it? I just need to repeat that for everybody to hear. He is a deranged lunatic adjudicated rapist who pardoned child rapists for domestic terrorism. I can't even believe that sentence is accurate.
It was too many to have to go through all of that. I thought that was the reason they pardoned all of them.
Give me a break. Shut up. No, I'm being serious. Actually, shut the fuck up. That is unreal. That is so unbelievable. I'm sorry. The federal government can't look through the criminal records and wrongdoings of 1,600 people before letting them out of jail. Even if that were true, I think that is another compelling reason to support Trump. Or to not support Trump, sorry. Okay? That they're just recklessly letting people out of jail regardless of what they do. Fucking hell. Are you serious?
I'm just saying what I read. I'm not saying I agree.
You read that? Oh,
can't believe
is that what the administration tried to say?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I can't swipe out of the app because you said you prefer me to be here, so I'm respecting your preference.
But can you please answer the question, because you still haven't answered it? Why is the deranged lunatic adjudicated rapist that pardoned child rapists for their domestic terrorism a good pick to be the president?
Because I agree with many other things that he stands for. Do you agree with
the fact that he's deranged lunatic rapist that pardoned child rapists for their domestic terrorism?
I don't think he's a rapist. Whenever you bring up his Trump pageant, it's actually to me it's funny because you keep always bringing up the same points, and I did a lot of modeling, so I know what it's like backstage and all of that, and I know the real predators, the ones that truly groom, because I one tried to do minors back there's always separate areas for them to go get dressed, because even getting changed in front of other women shouldn't always be the case, so there's always places for underage people to go be comfortably in a space to change. So it's just all the points you bring up, it's I see where you go with it, what angle, but I don't always completely agree with what you're trying to like portray to your audience.
I don't
because like
understand
I
how
said, I've
anything.
been there.
Nothing
Oh,
you
yeah,
said makes the situation of Donald Trump barging into the dressing rooms and seeing the naked women and girls better. If anything, it makes it worse, because what you're telling me is that there's specially designated areas for the minors to go into privately to take their clothes off to get dressed. Donald Trump walked into those areas to look at their naked bodies.
But even one of the ladies stated that they were like, hey, someone's coming in, go cover up. So
Okay.
like
So
everyone was made aware. Like when I've done like
listen,
like different
my source that they were naked when he got in there is himself. He said they had no clothes on.
Right, but some women are okay with that exposure is what I'm trying to explain. Like I just recently did.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I'm serious. I promise you.
Listen, yeah. Some women.
I promise.
1 second.
Some women
so
don't
check this
care.
out.
Like
check this out. Check
can
this
I
out.
tell you
Can I
something?
just no? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Some I won't use myself as an example. Some women would be okay with kissing Brad Pitt. Does that mean that Brad Pitt could just go kiss whoever he wants without asking first?
No, I'm not saying that whatsoever.
Okay.
But
so
my
even
point
if some women were okay with Donald Trump seeing them naked, okay, by the way, women, not girls, not minors, over the age of 18, women, this doesn't mean that Donald Trump could just barge into a dressing room and look at their naked bodies. And by the way, the basis of that claim, some women would be okay with Donald Trump seeing them naked, is fucking false. Just wanted to throw that one out there. But this is just so fucking disgusting. Because not only is there women involved in this scenario, but there's also underage girls. You're going to sit here and say that some little 15-year-old girls would be okay with the old man seeing them naked, so therefore it wasn't that big of an issue when the old man walked into the little girls' dressing rooms to look at their naked bodies. That is so fucking gross. And even applying that logic to the women, no. There is not a single situation where a man unconsensually furthering sexual conduct with a woman will ever be permissible, predicated on this assumption that some women may want to engage in that sexual conduct with him. That is victim-blaming, nonsense, bullshit rhetoric, and you know it.
No. Okay. Are you done? Can I talk now or no?
Yes.
You're going to mute me again? Oh, okay, cool. Thanks.
Well, I mean, some people would be okay with being muted, so I guess that gives me the ability to mute you however much I want.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I don't mind. I just didn't realize I was muted. I was talking to myself. But anyways, no, I'm not saying that
Brad Pitt
at
kissing
all. What
randos.
you said, like you took what I said and you twisted it for sure, because that's not true. First off, a woman said that they were made aware that a visitor was coming in and to go cover up. So my point in saying that was that some women don't care if they're exposed and not covered up, because like from my own experience, I just did a music video recently and we were background models, and I was like the one that was like covered up. Like I was the one piece girl with the little skirt thing on my bottom half, and all the other girls were walking around exposed completely and didn't care because they wanted that type of attention. And I'm not saying that's like in every scenario, but in most respectable like modeling places, like environments, you're let known like ahead of time that a male presence is coming into a backstage area. And like I said, there's designated areas where if you do not want to change in a place where even other women are looking at you, you can go to those places. And I'm usually the one that goes to those places. And that's why I'm telling you, as like a person that has experienced this and has seen it firsthand, that like I understand that type of scenario. And so like when you twist it and try to change it to something else, that's where I'm like, hey, sorry, but I just disagree. And yeah, I think that's like,
can I be honest?
And I think it's very disrespectful that like I come up here and I talk to you and I like give you my opinion, and I see it like you try to belittle people and you try to make them something that they're not. And it's really like, it's disrespectful, honestly. Like, because last time we were talking, you even called me, like, I believe a fake Christian. And it's like, wow, like, that's what you did, didn't you? Do you remember?
Yeah, I do. Go ahead.
Did you call me a fake Christian?
Yes.
Okay. or
She's
cosplay Christian, because even your followers started coming and attacking me with those types of things.
I don't know.
It's like,
Some people want to be attacked.
You're a weapon.
I think that you were made aware that they might say those things to you, and the fact that you read the DM maybe indicates that you wanted it.
Well, listen, you're a weapon because you have so many people watching and listening to you.
I'm cutting the rant off now. I'm cutting the rant off now. By the way, I disagree with what I just said. That was just me applying your logic to the scenario, just to show how vulgar it is. I cannot believe, okay, your goddamn stupidity. I'm just going to say it as I see it. I'm kind of done with the pleasantries here. You are so fucking stupid and ignorant, all right? I cannot believe that you're sitting on this live stream telling me, oh, well, they were made aware before.
You're so fucking stupid.
They told the little 15-year-old girls.
He's fucking funny.
And some of the 15-year-olds decided that they just wanted to be naked so Trump could see them. And honestly, maybe if that 15-year-old girl didn't want to be in a position where Trump could ever possibly walk in, they could have just gone into the single salt this pageant that I'm just going to assume exists even though I didn't compete at this pageant. And then you have the fucking gut to follow that up by saying, Dean, you're a disrespectful piece of shit because you called me a fake Christian. Ma'am, you are justifying sexual exploitation and it is putrid. I'm like truly trying to like place myself in your shoes to see how stupid I would have to be to believe in this. The first thing that you said was that there was somebody who would tell the women and girls that Donald Trump would be going into the space. In the clip, Donald Trump straight up says that he's allowed to just walk into the rooms because he's the owner. He could allow himself in under the guise.
These motherfuckers are weird though.
No,
they're trying to justify sexual exploitation. It just doesn't make sense at all.
Girls in advance that he would be in that space. Not to mention, okay, that we have testimony from the women that competed at Miss USA and the teens that competed at Miss Teen USA, where they just straight up say Donald Trump